All right, welcome everybody to our Down and Dirty at 1:30. Today is October my goodness, I don't even know what it is. It's the 5th. I can't believe it's already the 5th day of October. Hope everybody is starting off their fall in a nice way. So today I have a presentation that I'm excited about, and that is 6 steps to growing an online empire in 30 days. So if you have been somebody that's struggling with growing an online business perhaps, or maybe you are interested in starting your own online business or growing an existing business online, I'm going to give you some very simple steps today so that you can start implementing and making that happen. So you guys ready? All right. Well, I will tell you before I flip over to my presentation, go ahead and log in down below. You'll see that there's a chat role. You can log into that for free and let me know you're there, that you're watching this episode, and be sure and say hi to others that are out there. And if you have questions as we go through this, I will look at those and I'll answer those probably towards the end of this presentation. So, don't expect an immediate answer while I'm going through it. All right, let's get started. Let me flip my screen around again. All right, hopefully you guys can still see me. For whatever reason, it appears that I had a little technical problems there. So I'm going to try again to flip this around. Hopefully I won't lose you guys. If I do so, I will be right back on, and hopefully we'll get this going. Thanks for your patience. All right, I'm hoping the third time is a charm. I don't know why that keeps kicking me out when I flip my screen around. For those of you that are still there, we are going to continue with our presentation. We will flip it around here and let's see if it works the third time. All right, it looks like it's working now, so thank you again for your patience. All right, so for those of you that are just tuning in, today I'm going to be sharing with you 6 simple steps to growing an online empire in 30 days. So this is some exciting information, so let's dive right in. All right, I'm going to give you a quick overview like I normally do on these Down and Dirty at 1:30, which I host every Monday. And these are really basic, but here's the overview. I'm going to teach you the 6 steps, and they are this in a nutshell. They are record, upload, post, broadcast, advertise, and duplicate. So I'm going to go into obviously a lot more detail as to exactly what that means. But if you want to write those down, those are your key words for knowing what your steps are as we continue with our presentation, and we help you to grow your business online or start a brand new business online. All right, so before I share with you a little more detail about the first step, I want to give you the secret to success. Now, these are things that I've learned over the past 2 years, probably even longer than that, but I've associated myself with 6- and 7-figure income earners over the past 2 years. I've made it my point to be around people that are inspirational, uplifting, positive, and are somebody that can teach me how to be even better at what I do. And I do encourage you that if you are serious about making a big change in your life and living out your dreams, then you really do need to surround yourself with people that lift you up and help you to become that person. If you're constantly surrounding yourself with others that are bringing you down and telling you you can't achieve things, then what's happening is you are going to start feeling like you can't achieve those things, and you only will get as high as those that are surrounded by you. So I want to share with you, before I give the secret to success, a little story. And this was shared with me at an event that I went to about 6 months ago. And the story had to do with a village. There was a village, a remote village on a little island, and all of the village people had this game that they had created. And what it was, there was a pole, like a very tall telephone type pole, that was in the center of the village. And the game was, whoever could climb to the very top of the pole would become the leader or the next king of the village. And obviously the existing chieftain of the village had put that there to challenge the youth and the adults as well, to try to strive for something better, to become the next chieftain. Well, what he had done is he had greased that pole. Okay, he had greased the pole, so it was really, really difficult to climb that pole. So all of the villagers, they would take turns trying to go up the pole, and they would only get up so far, and then of course they would slide down because it was greased. And everybody finally started saying, oh, that's impossible. Nobody can climb to the top of this pole because it's, so slippery, and you just can't do it. And so after a while, they just kind of gave up. Every now and then you'd get a few youth who would try it again, and everybody say, oh, you can't climb that pole. It's too slippery. It's too challenging. It can't be done. Well, one day there was a visitor to their island. And this visitor came ashore, and he saw the pole. And he realized that, he saw some youth trying to climb it, and he decided that he was going to try. And so he set about to climb the pole. And all the people around were saying, oh, you can't get to the top. It's impossible. Nobody can get to the top of that greased pole. We've tried and tried and tried. And, every method that we've tried just doesn't work. And so we know it's impossible. Well, you know what happened? That villager, or that stranger to the village, he was able to make it to the very top. Do you know why he made it to the top? Well, it was because he was deaf. He couldn't hear at all. So he couldn't hear all of the taunts and those that were telling him that he could not make it to the top of that greased pole. And because he couldn't hear, he believed that it could be done. And because he believed it could be done, he did it. So that kind of summarizes the secret to success, but I also wrote it out for you. So the very first thing if you want to be successful in these steps I'm going to be sharing with you, is you have to believe that you can achieve it. You can achieve whatever success you are looking to achieve. It can be done. You can't have any doubts. And part of that is getting your mind right. That's the second thing here. If you are having trouble with your belief system and you aren't believing, if there's something that's holding you back, maybe it's a fear of failure, maybe it's a fear of success, maybe it's because no one in your family has ever achieved that level of success. Or maybe you have a family that has achieved that level of success or greater, but you know the lifestyle that brings, and maybe there's something about that lifestyle that just doesn't resonate with who you are, or that brings back painful memories of you when you were a child. So whatever it is that's holding you back, you have to get your mind right and believe that you can do it, because there is no one that can't achieve something if they set their mind to it and they believe in themselves. All right, the third thing is you really have to focus on the basics. And that's part of what I'm going to be showing you today, are these, basic 6 simple steps so that you can create the level of success that you desire. So I think where a lot of people get hung up is they make it too complicated. Stop making it complicated. Success is not complicated. It's really simple. We're going to explain to you today why that is, and why oftentimes we think it has to be hard in order to get there. We have this belief system, and goes back to belief again, that the only way to get wealthy is to work really, really, really hard. Or you have this belief system that you have to have this and that and the other and all these things set up, and you have to have a technical person, and all of these different things lined up, and you have to understand how all of it works before you can have success. Well, that's not it either, because there are plenty of examples. If you look around at people that are very successful in their fields, most of them have no clue how every aspect of their business works. In fact, they are probably only good at maybe 1 or 2 things in their business. And the first one is they don't make it complicated. They just do what they know, and they hire out or they find ways around the things that are too complicated. Okay, and then the final thing, and this is where most people get hung up, maybe they got all of these other things right, but they aren't taking action. They aren't doing it. You have all these great ideas, and you've got this, maybe you've spent a long time researching and studying and learning, but you're not actually putting it into practice. So if you don't take action and just do it, then you're never going to have success. Okay, you can dream. It's called being a dreamer. I think it's important for you to dream, but if you stay in dreamer mode and never take action mode, then you're never going to achieve those dreams. Okay, so those are your secrets. So now let's get into the step-by-step process so that you can begin creating that success in your life. So moving on. So here is your 6-step formula for success. Hope you guys are taking notes, because I try to make this as simple as I can, but it always helps, and you'll have an 80% retention rate if you actually write out notes physically rather than typing them up. You only have about a 20% retention rate if you type things up, or if you don't take notes at all, versus those who actually take notes. All right, so step 1, record. Remember, that was part of my outline. You're going to record a video, 1 per day for 30 days. These are very, very basic things. Now you may say, oh my gosh, I don't think I could do that. Well, I tell you what, it gets easier as you go, and video has been proven time and time again to be one of the quickest ways to build rapport. So in other words, to build that know, like, and trust with an audience who doesn't know you. Because part of the allure of being online is to be able to spread out to people that don't know who you are at all. And the way that they get to know you is through video. So 1 video per day. Make a commitment. If you want to actually follow through on what I'm teaching you today, make a commitment to actually do this. Record 1 video per day for 30 days. Okay. Now, your video doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out documentary, okay? It should be, in fact, it would not probably work if you did that. it should be about 3 minutes or less. So don't go over 3 minutes. You want a very short, quick video, and you should be able to do that in 3 minutes or less. And as far as what to use, the easiest way to do your videos is just use a smartphone. Okay? Pick up your smartphone, get a selfie stick, you know, the type where you put it on the end of a pole and shoot a video, or have a friend or a spouse or even a child hold the camera steady for you so that you can do your video every day. Now, what do you talk about? What should you put on that video? Well, mainly you should focus on your vision. In other words, where you're going and why. Okay, so that's part of your vision. This is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if I was going to do a short little video, these are the elements that I would have in it. That's what these bullet points are right here. So the first thing is, this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then the second point is, this is one thing I've learned. And then the last point that you'll make in the video is, here's how you can do it too. And then you'll just point to your link. So you should have a link. If you're in an online business, you should have a link that goes to a capture page, which is a capture page is where people enter in their email address in order to get more information about you. So that is super, super important. If you're just sending people to a sales page or your website or something like that, you're not going to start building an empire. You absolutely must have a link to a capture page. Okay, and that's where you capture their email. If you don't know how to do that, then I encourage you to reach out to me for some personal coaching. You can do that by replying to any of my emails, or send me a message on Facebook, or you can go down below this video and you'll see there's a button here that says Join Team Tough. When you do that, you get access to all the same training that all of my team has access to, and you also get personal access to me, especially if you are what we call all in, which means that you have purchased the entire business package for yourself, so that you can then have access to personal one-on-one coaching whenever you need it. Okay, so how do you set all this up? Well, I have done some other hangouts on how to shoot video. So be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. And what that'll do is it'll give you access to our past hangouts. You can go and look through my videos that are there, find the past hangouts. You'll see several actually that I've done on videos, how to create great videos. And if you can do this one per day for 30 days, you are going to be on the road, on the path to developing your online empire. All right, so that's step one. Let's go to step two. Step two, upload your video to YouTube. So it's one thing to shoot video, right? It's another thing to get it out there so that others can actually see it. So you'd be surprised. I've heard of people shooting a bunch of video and they aren't uploading it. They say it takes too much time, whatever. It's easy to come up with excuses, but the truth is, if you want to make something happen, then you have to follow the basic steps. Okay, so upload that video to YouTube. And again, if you need training on how to do that, I've done some other hangouts, or you can get connected to me and we do one-on-one trainings and things like that, and coaching. All right, so in your YouTube video, you're going to include a link to capture their email. Notice a trend here? We always want to capture their email. So here's where you do it. In the description in YouTube, like when you upload a video, you'll see there's a little box underneath the video after you've uploaded it. You can actually do it even before you upload. And there's a description field. In there, you should put at the very, very first line a link to your capture page. Okay, and I will show you some examples here in just a minute of what a good capture page might look like. Okay, make sure when you use a URL in the description for YouTube, you include the HTTP, because that way it makes the link clickable. If you don't put that, if you just put www, it may or may not be clickable. Okay, so make sure you include the full HTTP. All right, and the other thing that I recommend is in your video in YouTube, there is something called annotations. Annotations is a fancy word for being able to put text inside of your video. So you can actually put text inside your video that says your link to your capture page. So for instance, one of mine is toughmama.com. So inside my video, I might put www.toughmama.com. And that way, every time somebody sees the video, my link is right there. It's in there, so they see it. It becomes a part of my video. And I also encourage you to say the name of the link that you're going to send them to in your video, because that makes your video so that other people can't steal it. Does that make sense? Believe it or not, there are people, once you become more and more popular, that may want to use your videos on their own page. And if you have your own annotations where it has your URL and you also say it within your video, what that does is you're going to then attract people back to you if they use your video on their own website. Okay? And then here's another bonus. In that description field, I encourage you to link back to your blog. And we're going to talk about that in step 3, but you definitely want to include 2 links in your video description. One to capture their email, and then the other one might be something along the lines of, you know, if you'd like to get to know me better, visit my blog at, you know, whatever, blog.com. Okay, so that gives you just step 2. So your step 1 is upload, or step 1 is create your video, and step 2 is to upload it and add these links. All right, let's go to step 3. Actually, before I go to step 3, let me just kind of show you in YouTube what that looks like. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. Okay, so let me find one. Here we go. This is a tough love video. Okay, so it's kind of a funny stop spot. All right, so I don't know if you can see this right here, but this is a video I did a little while ago, some tough love on, are you letting what ifs get in your way? Well, you'll see in this video, it's pretty short. Like, I don't know, well, this one's probably longer than normal. It's 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Usually I don't go that long, but I was really into this topic. So I encourage you to try to keep it less than that, like 3 minutes or less. But you'll see I give the title of my video. I make it whatever it is I'm speaking about so that it's easy for people to find. And then down here, and hopefully that's funny. I didn't even add it in there. So I'm gonna go in and add that now because I think it's important. So right here, it may have been I often have trouble uploading. I just want you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you and truthful. I live in a rural area in Branson, Missouri, and my internet speed is super slow compared to the rest of the world. In fact, I was kind of chuckling because Rhonda Swan from our Unstoppable Tribe was in Panama with her family for quite a while, and she was talking about internet speeds of like, I don't know, like 10 megabytes per second. And if you're familiar with internet speeds, I thought that was, you know, pretty fast for Panama. And then I checked mine and it was like 2.5 megabytes per second. So anyhow, I've gotten a little bit faster speed now. I've changed providers, but it's just kind of funny how slow mine is compared to even little Panama. All right, so, but I'm still doing this business. So I just want to share that with you because I have no excuses. I'm still doing an online business and I'm successful at it. And it doesn't matter that I don't have super fast internet. So I don't want you to use that as an excuse depending on where you live. Okay, so this is what I recommend. So toughmama.com, that's my capture page. And then I put a little, you know, description, tough love. And then I might put here, for more information, visit my blog at, if I can type, toughmamablog.com. Okay, so now I'm following my own, practicing what I'm preaching now. So I've got my URL to my capture page, and I also have my URL here to my blog. So I'm going to click save. And you want to make sure that your videos are public. So I don't know if you saw that. let me go back. If I click here on that little pencil, you want to make sure the privacy is set to public, because otherwise people that are just randomly searching on the internet are not going to find you. So make sure, by default it should be on public, but I have seen a few folks that are posting and they have it set to like unlisted or private, and people are not going to be able to find you if you do that. Okay, so we've got that. The other thing I was talking about is putting an annotation on here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that really quick while I've got you. So on your video, you'll see there's all these little tools when you're logged into YouTube. Okay, so what you want to do, I believe it's this one. Yeah, it's the one with the little, it looks like a little bubble. If you click on that, I'll show you how it works. Okay, so it'll start playing it right away, but what you want to do is I usually let it go for just a little bit because I don't like to have my annotation. Oh, look at that. I already did annotations. Okay, so I had my name on there and I put that all on there. And then when you go to the end, let me see if I did one at the end. I'll show you how to do it anyway, just because even though I already did it. So let me, okay, it's paused. So right here, you see where it says add annotation. I'm going to make this bigger. Hopefully that made it bigger for you. Right here where it says add annotation, there's a lot of different kinds. There's speech bubble, notes, title, spotlight, label. The one that I usually use is this one right here that says title. So I'm going to do that. And then right here in this box, you might type your web address. Okay, and if it's a little big, you can kind of drag these little dots in the corners of your box in order to make it the size you want. And I actually want to make it smaller. You can even click and hold and make it even smaller. So then check this out. So now I can drop in right on top of my video my actual URL. Okay, so if you look down below, it shows you how long it'll play. So what I would recommend that you do is that you drag it. You click on the edge of this because it's only going to play for like a couple seconds if I leave it how it is. But if I click on the edge of this, I can like drag it and make it like the full length. Okay, and I didn't drag it all the way at the beginning because I don't know where that stopped. Let me see. Yeah, that's probably pretty good there. So yeah, so now I should have an annotation. You can check it out. Let me just play. See there, it pops in. Cool. And you also can make it a different color. Like if white doesn't show up on your video, you can change it to black. Although I think the white looked better on this particular one. Okay, so that's how you do an annotation. Make sure afterwards you click save. Okay, I'm not going to save this one because this one in the video itself, I did a lot of fancy stuff to it, and I know that there's some other stuff that's going to pop up. So I'm not going to save this particular one, but this is a great way for you to get more links and get more leads to your business by using a link that you're captured. So let me show you as well while I'm here what a capture page looks like. Some of you may not know, or maybe you're in the process of building one for your business. So this is just one. I have a lot of them. And this is just toughmama.com. Oh, of course, my connection is lost. Hopefully I still have you guys. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Like I said, I have really slow internet, but we're not making an excuse. It's just part of it, and I love where I live, so I'm not intending to move. All right, so this is an example of a capture page. It has, right now, just has a picture of me, has some information, and then when somebody clicks here to get instant access, watch what happens. Okay, it gives them a little pop-up window where in order to continue, they have to enter in their name and email. I always ask for both name and email because I like to make my emails personal, and by collecting their name, my email software allows me to actually make every email I send out appear like I'm just sending it to one person. But you don't have to. You can just collect their email, and sometimes you might even have a better response rate if you only get their email. And once they enter that in and click get instant access, it's going to take them to a sales video. so that they can, kind of see what I do. So this gives you an idea, and if you don't know how to make this type of stuff, this is part of the training that all of my all-in members get access to. In fact, we even have templates that are created for them so that they can go in and actually, just drop in their own picture and change a little bit of text, and then they're all done. So I just wanted to encourage you that, if this is something you're serious about and you really want to create an online empire, then you really need to get with people that know how to do it. It's one thing to reinvent the wheel on your own. It's another thing to kind of speed your process by having a mentor who already gets it, knows how to do it, and can get you associated with others so that you can be successful much more quickly. All right, so I'm going to go back to my presentation now. So we are now on step 3. You guys all with me? Have I lost you? Are you following along okay? Be sure to comment down below if you're getting value from this, if you've learned some things already. I want to hear from you. And of course, if there are topics that you would like to see me cover in more depth on future Hangouts, then be sure and let me know in those comments so that I can include those as options for my next Hangout. All right, step 3, post. Okay, you're going to post video as an embed into your blog. Okay, so now you've got that video, you've uploaded it into YouTube, and now you're actually going to place that video right into your blog. I'm gonna show you an example of that here in just a moment. So in order to do this successfully, you need to make sure that the headline of your blog follows along with the topic that you're discussing in your video. And then you should also include a few paragraphs that you actually write out or type out around your video that describe what they're going to see. Because a lot of people aren't going to have time, or maybe they don't make the time to actually watch the full video. But if you actually put some text around it that encourages them to want to click on it and gives them just a little snippet of what they can expect, then they're more likely to watch your video and to share what's there. Okay, and then finally, here are some tips. Oops, I skipped around here. Here are some tips. The first is include a photo on your blog as well. Find a really colorful, captivating image that ties in with what you're discussing. That's going to help your blog be read and your videos to be looked at. The next one is have a link to subscribe to your blog. This is a sneaky way to capture people's email, because once you start blogging on a regular basis, people are going to want to follow you. And the best way for them to know when you've updated a new blog post is for you to email them, right? And people are more likely to give you their email if they understand that you're going to be sending them updates on your next blog. And then the third thing, within your blog itself, you should link to a sales capture page on how they can do it too. So this really ties all back into your video. You want them to know, that you're learning things, you're sharing in your video what you learn and how you can do it too, or how they can do it too. So let me go back over to the internet here. So I'm going to go to my blog now. Maybe. There, it's loading. All right, so this is my blog. It's toughmamablog.com. And on here, this is that video that I just showed you. So you can see I even chose a picture. I'm going to go ahead and click into this. Tough love, are you letting this stand in your way? And then when you scroll down, see I've got a captivating image, kind of a crossroads there. And then here I talk about what my video was all about. So if you asked yourself, what if? And then I share some information. And then here's that video embed. And real quick, this is just a tip for you guys who have not done this before. Adding video onto a blog is super, super simple. If you are using our viral blogging software that we use within our business, then it's as simple as capturing a link. Literally, if I go back to the main page of this blog, I'm in YouTube again now. Let me turn myself off here. In YouTube, what you can do is you can actually copy this link right here at the very top. You see that? You copy that link, and in our viral blogging system, one of the options is to select media. And when you select media, you just drop in that link, and it, boom, automatically embeds the video into your blog. It's super simple. You don't even have to be a technical wizard to do it. If you're using different blogging software, it's a little more complicated, but you can come down here underneath share, and one of the options in YouTube is embed, and it'll give you a code, so a script that you can copy and paste onto your website to embed that video. So I personally prefer our own blogging software, and you know, I know that I often share what I'm using, but I would not share it with you if it didn't work. If it didn't work for me. I mean, this is how I make a living, so I'm only going to share things with you that are effective and work for me as well. So if you are interested in just using our blogging system, if you come up here on my blog site, and that again, that's toughmamablog.com, right here, my 21-day blogging challenge. If you click to take the challenge, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and you'll enter your name, and then you can get access to the same exact blogging system that I've used on my own, for my own blog. So it's pretty cool. All right, and then you'll see down here underneath my video, it actually gives you a little bit of tidbits on what I'm talking about. So it encourages people to read the video. All right, and then finally, look at this. I encourage people to subscribe to their channel, to our YouTube channel, and then I give them a link here so they can watch a presentation about my business. And here is what I was talking about earlier. I added this box at the bottom so that anyone who is enjoying my blog post can come down here and they can actually subscribe and start getting access to future blogs as I post them. Okay, and I also have some other things. You know, they can leave a comment, and then finally I have some ads that I put around my blog so that folks can actually click on that and, you know, get to know me better and also find out some information so that they can build their own business. All right, so that kind of gives you a little background on that. So blogging, so it's very simple. Once you've got those videos, post it right into your blog. You have an instant blog post that way. All right, now we're going to go to step 4. Step 4 is broadcast your blog. Well, broadcast means you're going to get it out there, because people aren't just going to stumble across your blog. There's too many websites out there. Okay, so don't be disillusioned in business that because you have a blog, people are just going to find you, because they're not. You have to broadcast yourself and get your name out there. So how do you do that? You're going to post to social media via Buffer app or Hootsuite. This is just a quicker way to post to multiple social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, etc. So if you don't want to go to every single one of your social media sites and post manually, then I highly recommend that you get Buffer app or Hootsuite so that you can post to multiple social media sites all at once. And this is another reason that I encourage everybody to put a photo on your blog post, because if you put a photo on there, when you post to social media, it's going to automatically pull that photo in, and photos are something that helps the click-throughs to your blog. So you want to post a photo, and usually like the first sentence or two, because in doing that, it's going to encourage folks to actually click into your blog, take a look at your video, and click on any links that are around your blog. Okay, so that's part one of broadcasting. The second part is to email to your list. So you're going to actually shoot an email out to your list, even if you only have one single subscriber. Get in the habit of emailing your list. And when you do that, you're going to post just a snippet of your blog and take a picture. You can use your computer to take a screenshot of your video and post that into your email. And then make your photo link over to your blog. Does that make sense? So I'm going to flip over again here and let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to open up I just sent out one for Marshall Way Network. So let me go into my Get Response account. I should be logged in. Give me just a second as it logs me back in. Oh, I know why. I'm in a different browser. I found out why I was crashing at the beginning of this call or this hangout. If you were on early, I crashed like 3 times right at the beginning. Every time I tried to flip my screen around. Evidently, Google Chrome, which is funny because Google owns YouTube, Google Chrome does not like my hangout. So I probably need to upgrade something. But anyhow, it was kind of funny. Once I switched over to Firefox, everything started working again. So that's just a quick technical thing for you guys. I don't know if you know this, but when I'm on these hangouts with you, I am giving you tips that I have learned personally that have helped me in my business. So one of the tips is that if something is not working properly for you, then what I recommend you do is that you switch browsers. Because a lot of times websites will not work right in Google Chrome, but they'll work great in Firefox, or they'll work great in Safari, or they'll work great in Internet Explorer. So I have all of those different browsers so that if I ever run into a problem, I can just flip around. So that's a huge tip that I learned a long time ago to help things out. So what I wanted to show you is my email newsletters. So I actually also run a TV show. It's an internet-based TV show called Marshall Way Network. It's one of my passions is the martial arts, and I wanted a way to spread the traditional arts to the world. So that was one of my visions, and I made it happen. And we are now in our 11th episode. So what I do is after each episode, I actually post it. I post it as, let me see if I can preview it. I send it as an email out to my list. And so this is the email that went out today to all the people that missed my episode on Sunday. And it's kind of funny because there was kind of a blooper. And I'm going to post this on Facebook too. I haven't done that yet today. But yesterday, when we did our live episode of Marshall Way Network TV, we were doing martial arts, of course. And Hanchi, who also happens to be my fiance, Ron Leach, asked me to do this spinning technique. Well, when I spun around to do the strike, I actually made contact to his ear, and he wears hearing aids. He's had profound hearing loss since he was in his 40s. And I shattered his hearing aid. I mean, completely shattered it. And I didn't really think I hit him that hard. Even he said he didn't think I hit him that hard, but it was just enough to shatter his hearing aid. So I feel really bad. So this is his shattered hearing aid, and he played it off like it was no big deal. Like he didn't even know it was shattered. Like he kept going in the episode, like just like a professional actor. And it wasn't until he got home and he was taking his hearing aids out that it came apart into like these millions of little pieces in his hand, and he even had a little cut in his ear. So anyhow, I just had to share that story because it was kind of funny. But I mean, it's not terribly funny, but anyhow, you know what I mean. He has insurance. His hearing aid will be fine, and he has a spare hearing aid, so he'll still be able to hear. But the point is that this email represents how you would share your video. So you write out your email, and then you paste an image of the video. That's what I did here. I actually put another photo on top. And you can do that. There's some cool software out there that allows you to do that. But you post that in here, and then when somebody clicks on this, it's going to take them to the actual video. Okay, so that way, you know, they're getting it in the email, and then they'll go to your video. I would recommend for you, if you're following these steps, that when they click on the video, it takes them to your blog, which already has that video embedded into the blog. All right, and then in your email, you don't want to give them the whole story. You want to give them just a little piece of the story, and encourage them to click over to read the full story and to see the video. Okay, hopefully you guys get that. But this is an excellent way to start building a following, and people look forward to getting these emails because, you know, you're letting them know, hey, I've got some new content for you. that's going to help you out. It's going to be interesting. You're going to want to know what happened and how it happened. And so from there, you're going to start building loyal followers that want what you have. And that's really the key to any good business. So let me flip back around here. All right, so we're on step 4. So let's go on to step 5. Oh, wait, I skipped something here. Pingler. This is another way to broadcast your blog. So Pingler is just a really great little tool. I'll go there now. And what it does is it allows websites such as Google to find your blog more effectively. So what you do, you come to pingler.com, you type in right here, it's free too. I love these type of tools that are free and really useful. But you're going to type in the title of your blog. Okay, so like maybe if I did Marshall Way Network, and then you would type in the actual URL for that blog. So you need to make sure you include the HTTP. I'm just going to go ahead and do my Marshall Way Network. Okay, and then you select what category it's in. I don't even know that they would have. I'm going to say sports and fitness. And I think you can select multiple categories. Let me see. I guess you can. I'm going to select I'll do entertainment as well. Okay, so, and what you do now is you go ahead and you click ping at the bottom. I think I do have to put like a special answer in here. Okay, and then you click ping. So now it's starting the ping process. So what this does, it basically helps you to drive more traffic to your blog. It gets it out there. It causes all the little robots, the search engines, to start searching through your blog for keywords so that you can get a higher ranking on those search engines. So really great little tool, and it's free. You gotta love that. Okay, so now we're ready for step 5. Step 5 is advertise your content to get leads. Well, how do you advertise? Well, when you're in the online world, one of the easiest ways to advertise is through Facebook. Facebook PPC, which is pay per click. And the key really is to get a good pic, a good photo from your blog, and then get your best content and actually promote that. So here's what I do is I will look through my blog, and you can actually, with the blog software we have, it'll tell me which blogs are getting the most traffic. In other words, the most visitors already. And I usually give it, like a week or so, and I look and see which ones are the hottest. And then I will use that one and promote it as a pay-per-click advertisement. So you use a good photo from the blog, and then you go out on a Facebook, and then you can actually purchase advertising. Now, I've done a whole training section on this on other Hangouts, so I'm not going to go deep on this. But what the whole goal here is to drive people to your content and get likes on your Facebook page. And the reason for that is because the more likes you get on your Facebook page, the better that you can advertise to those people. So the next time you post a blog, you're going to hit more and more people. And the other thing that it'll do is if you drive more people to your content, you've got links all over your content that are going to encourage them to click on in order to give you their email address. So, and this is the big thing, before you advertise, and obviously when you advertise, this is a paid method to advertise. It's not free. You need to make sure that you have email capture links within your blog post. So there has to be a way on your blog for folks to enter their email. Even better is if you have some giveaways, which we call lead magnets, that you give to folks for just entering their email. So that this, think of something you can give away for free. And I've also done some training on this on past Hangouts on how to create a great lead magnet. And that will give you several ideas on what you could give away that will encourage people to provide you with their email. And I even have another Hangout that tells you why it's so important to collect those emails and then what to do with them once you've collected them. All right, so that's step 5. Step 6, this is our final step. Duplicate the process with new people. So if you want to build an empire, you have to think bigger than yourself, okay? It can't just be you that's doing everything. If that's the case, you're going to get burnt out, and you're never going to be able to grow as big as you could if you were to work with new people. So how do you do that? Well, with brand new buyers, in other words, people who buy your system, your software, or in the business I'm in, people who buy the same business that I'm in. What I would do is, just like I'm doing right now, is I would walk you through the steps that are necessary. And part of this is we actually have training throughout our system. In fact, that's part of what we do, is we offer educational software and videos that help any business owner to better market themselves online. So if you take that and you actually go through the marketing training that's part of our system, you're going to instantly be so much better at marketing, okay? And now, so what do? You need to follow those steps. Walk your new people through those steps. Tell them where to get information. Don't show them step by step every single thing. You want to show them where to get the information and give them the basics, just like I'm giving you. And then when those new people make a sale, have them teach others. So have them step into leadership and teach them the same way that you taught them. And then another great way to duplicate is to host group training calls or hangouts, kind of like what I'm doing here. So as people on your team need help, then encourage them to get together on a group hangout, and then we work together and go through exactly how to do something. I do this with my all-inners. I haven't done as many as I probably should because we have so many resources, but I always encourage the folks that have the entire business system like I have. We call those the all-inners or black card members. I encourage them to reach out to me. And then when they need help, you know, I'm happy to jump on a call with them because I know that they are pros. You know, they would not have purchased the entire business if they were not serious. And because of that, I'm serious with them, and I help them more than I help anyone else, whenever they ask for it, so that they can be successful. Because I love it. I love to see people duplicate and start making their online empire grow, because it's exciting, because then you're hitting your goals and now you are teaching others how to do the same. All right, so you've got all 6 steps, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share, just in a nutshell, what's the key. What's the key? Now that you have all 6 steps on how you can create your online empire, the key is to focus on the basics. So if you just do those 6 steps daily for 30 days minimum, you're going to see a massive shift in your business. I guarantee it. Okay. If you don't, then come see me and I'm going to show you something else. But I tell you what, every person that has done anything for 30 days straight, especially following these basics, you're going to see a massive shift. And I personally have seen a massive shift in my own business when I do this for 30 days consistently. Okay, so that's the key, and that's what I've got. So let me flip it back around here so you can see me. All right, so I hope that you got some great value in today's training. It's so important to me to do these weekly hangouts because I've learned so much knowledge that I just want to give back. I want to give back to you. I want to help you. I truly do want to help you to be successful in your business and, more importantly, in your life. To me, that's my passion. That's my vision, is to help as many people as I can become successful in their life and in their business. And by doing that, we create what I call freedom, time freedom and financial freedom. And in some way, we make the world a better place. And for those of you that are moms or dads out there, I can tell you that if you have time and financial freedom, you are making a difference in your children's lives. And that's really kind of my vehicle. I love kids. I have 2 sons. And by doing this business, it has allowed me to spend more time with my sons, to do things that I never would even have imagined. Like we recently got an opportunity to go to Bali, Indonesia, the whole family, my 2 sons, my fiance and I, and that would have not have been possible had it not been for this business. So if you're like me and you want to make a big change, a positive change, then get with whoever invited you on this training call and ask them to help you get started. And I guarantee you that if they are already on Team Tough, they have all the same tools that I have, and you'll be connected to me too just by being on their team. And then finally, if you want to be connected to me directly, then click on the button below. You'll see where it says Join Team Tough, and that's going to get you access to the same tools and systems that I've used to create the lifestyle that I have. So with that said, make it a great Monday and a great week, and we'll see you next week for the Down and Dirty at 1:30. Take care.